How are you? 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 The viewers of Rokani Media Football. Arsenal is taking on Chelsea today, and hope you guys are really ready for the match day 34. And after this game of football is done, Arsenal will be left with just 4 games, and those 4 games will include Bournemouth, Tottenham Hotspur, Man United and Everton. If Arsenal continue to win the games, they'll see themselves in that aisle of obviously competing for the trophy. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokan David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. This is the channel that brings you your latest news and information as far as everything is really watching it. But I tell you, a lot is really gonna showcase today about this game of football, because we are really having reports coming in from the captain of Arsenal and very many other people. Mikel Arteta calling the manager of Arsenal coming in through and really saying that he doesn't really want any complacency as far as this game of football is really concerned. So that is exactly what is happening down at the Emirates, and I'm gonna hate to come in late, but I'm already gonna hate to throw into a video of Julian Timber speaking out onto his return, as he really shoots all things, as he really thinks on his return. And let's obviously get into the mix of what Arteta is gonna hate to throw in as the starting 11 for the club of Arsenal, right? As it stands, Arsenal has Raya, Saliba, White, as it stands, Arsenal has Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, Rice, Thomas Partey. They do have Trossard. They do have Odegaard, Saka, and Kai Havertz. That is the starting 11 for the side of Arsenal that Mikel Arteta has gonna hit obviously come up and really think that it can really get the job done and dusted at the side of the Emirates, to see to it that they obviously go 4 points ahead of Man City. Substitutes: Aaron Ramsdale, Zinchenko, Jakub Kiwior gets back to the bench, Jorginho in the mix of Fabio Vieira, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, Jesus, Edin Ketia. That is the bench of Arsenal. Super bench. They're really having some quality players that can come off the bench and obviously cause what we call huge havoc onto this. Then, starting 11 for Chelsea: Petrovic, Gilchrist, I think plays as a left back. Then there is Disasi, Badiashile, there is Cucurella, there is Caicedo, there is Enzo Fernandez, Gallagher, Madueke, Jackson, and Makalo Modric. So that is the starting 11 for Chelsea. And when you look at the substitutes: Bettinelli, Chalobah, Thiago Silva, there is Casadei, there is Dyer, Chukwuemeka, Sterling, there is Churianian and Washington. That is the starting 11 and the bench for the side of Chelsea, and that is how Pochettino has planned obviously coming through and face it off with Mikel Arteta at the Stadium of Emirates. Remember last season, Arsenal went ahead to beat them here, and this season Arsenal went ahead obviously Arsenal went ahead to say to it that they draw with Chelsea in a game where you never gave Arsenal any slick of a chance, because it was dominated 100% by Chelsea, and it needed Arsenal to say to it that they get in huge performances from the following people. One, there was a player called Declan Rice, and Bukayo Saka had to obviously rise up to the occasion and bury a very huge far post effort, and it was very much converted and done justice to by Trossard to make that game end 1-1. But you remember the mistakes of David Raya? It was like Chelsea went ahead to obviously overthrow the win they really had, because they had everything to win the game of football, and they failed themselves to obviously take it over as a side of Chelsea. So we wait to see how they perform today, but let's go into the formations that these two managers are going to obviously deploy to take on their sides. Now, David Raya is in between the stitches for the club of Arsenal, as you see him there. Now, in the previous game they played away at the Stamford Bridge, he was really very erratic, very erratic, and it was just the lack of surgical precision from the people that would have gone to hit obviously haunt that side of Chelsea, and that is Palmer into the mix, because at a certain point he found himself gifting a ball to Palmer, and Palmer was closed down well by David Raya. That is it. So after that, Arsenal is having Benjamin White playing as the right back in there for you. Arsenal is having David Raya. Arsenal is having Benjamin White playing onto the right back of Arsenal, and Tomiyasu playing as the left back for the side of Arsenal. That means they're going to have to make the first change by dropping Jakub Kiwior. But it's good to see that Jakub Kiwior went ahead to get in some minutes, and they're going to have to rest him into this game. But good to see that Tomiyasu is back, and that is really very important for every Arsenal fan all over the world. The central defense partnership, obviously the same. It's William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes doing the mix. And the most exciting choice that is going to have to be made by Mikel Arteta. I know Arsenal fans have gone ahead to obviously find themselves in a position of really asking, why isn't Partey being given a very huge go? I told you that when you look at the game of Bayern Munich, when they brought on Thomas Partey, he looked rusty. But when you look at the game of Wolverhampton Wanderers, when Mikel Arteta brought on Thomas Partey, Partey really looked sharp, and I'm not surprised that Partey starts. I'd gone ahead to give Jorginho, by the having gone ahead obviously to it that all those two really start, but I was like, when he really changes out to really go into a double pivot or two midfielders like that, I think would choose between Thomas Partey and Jorginho. So Partey is in the mix. What is the hugest positive for Thomas Partey to come into this game of football? It's all about Thomas Partey being a very energetic player. The energy, the overload he puts in through that midfield, because Chelsea are really having Caicedo and is really energetic. So Thomas Partey brings that physicality, though his mobility levels have gone ahead obviously shrink a little bit, but I know he is here to really prove that he can be kept at Arsenal for another year, or be given a season, or one more season, or else he finds or creates himself a huge market after Arsenal makes a decision of really parting ways with him in the summer. Then we are having Mr. Odegaard in the midfield alongside Declan Rice. I know Arsenal fans are really excited. You saw how the midfield of Arsenal really looked when they're playing against Wolverhampton Wanderers. When Partey came on, you saw that composure was there, and Partey was doing everything he was supposed to be doing, and Arsenal went ahead to obviously do the needful. Partey shielded that back four. Declan Rice tried to maraud in the final third of the pitch very many times with Martin Odegaard. That's how Martin Odegaard saw himself go a little bit further from the positions always going to be playing, because he knew to it that Partey was there, and that resulted into a goal for the side of Arsenal. So that is Odegaard, Partey, and Rice. Very huge midfield, and I think what Thomas Partey really works well today. I tell you what, he will be into the starting 11 of Arsenal playing Tottenham Hotspur. And if I told Partey bees in that game, I tell you, it's going to be hard for even Tottenham to think about winning. I told you that these players of Arsenal that have been away for a very long time are going to act like a new signing. Like if I told you we're going to check out the video, I'm going to hit to do about Julian Timber. He has going to hit to come in with a winning mentality vibe after he told us that Arsenal can win the trophy. So if you really get in more and more people like those with such a mentality, I tell you, it will be hard for you to miss out on a huge opportunity of really lifting the trophy. So these players are believing, and Thomas Partey is back. He also believes that it's high time he showed everyone who was like he's not fit to be part of this Arsenal side, that he's really good and really ready to go as a player. So we wait to see how everything is really going to pan out down into that midfield to see to that all goes well. Saka has gone ahead to be played as a right forward in the mix, as you see him there. Then you can talk about Trossard. Obviously, I didn't give Trossard a go into that mix, but I felt like maybe the manager will feel like, let me rest him, but the manager's going to trust him because he was on target the last time, and this is what we call not giving players because of favoritism. Every player should get onto the field of play because of merit. Every player should get to play the game of football on merit, not because that he is really good, yet the recent 90 minutes have been bad, because there is a saying in football that every player is as good as his 90 minutes. So now Trossard is as good to start this game of football because of what he went ahead to obviously exhibit into the last time they went ahead to obviously play for the side of Arsenal. So that is it for Trossard, and Kai Havertz is playing through the center. Kai Havertz is playing through the center. One is saying, why hasn't Jesus gonna hit to get to start? I think they are managing his injury. That is it. It's evident that they are managing his injury, and they want to see to it that at the end of the season, he obviously undergoes another surgery, and that's what he's supposed to do, because I think he never got the right treatment. That's why you see to it that he's not really giving in vibes. So that is the starting 11 of Arsenal, and you can as well go into the live chat and join us. Vote who do you think is going to be taking away a win or a draw in this game of football, and then I'll be coming to talk to you in a nick of an eye. So for Chelsea, having gone ahead to be knocked out by Man City in the semi-finals of the FA Cup, you really understand that the mood is really going to be down, and you anticipate that they need to be lifted up. But Chelsea have gone ahead to obviously get Petrovic in goal, Gilchrist right back, meaning that they're really having big problems there, because if even Malo Gusta is going to have to find himself injured, then there is no way you really think that they're really getting off from these injuries. Cucurella Mark playing as a left back in there for you, and he's going to be facing Bukayo Saka. That is a very huge battle, and I think Saka can easily go past Cucurella, but Saka needs obviously stop being predictable. Most of the times he prefers to run to the byline and put in a cross. I think sometimes he should really try to really fake a run to see to it that he gets in the best results that he deserves to get in, as I person demands him. When I was in a salon yesterday with my barber, he told me that, but Rokani, you hate Saka. I told them I don't hate Saka, but the level at which people think Saka is, there are certain things he should be really performing or be delivering on the field of play. Now, if he was being seen like at a Martinelli level, at a Kai Havertz level, I don't think that I would have gone ahead to come out and really criticize and really call in for huge performances from him. But if you say he's a world-class player, then that word world-class tagged on you comes in with loads of questions that are supposed to be getting in huge answers from you. That is it. So wait to see how that battle between Cucurella and Saka is really gonna go like. Badiashile, left-sided centre-back, Axel Disasi playing as a right-sided centre-back. Out of all these, in that central defense, Kai Havertz knows 3, but he doesn't know what Disasi is all about, because Disasi was signed after Kai Havertz went ahead to really leave the club of Chelsea. So Disasi and Badiashile have a very huge role to play to prevent this lad from obviously getting into the mix, to really causing a lot of havoc to the side of Chelsea. Enzo Fernandez and Moise Caicedo, obviously that double pivot is really good, and every time they've gonna hate to play big teams, I've gonna hate to see to it that they've gonna hate to rise up to the occasion as a side of. They've gonna hate to rise. They're gonna hate to rise up to the occasion. So that is Badiashile, Caicedo, and Enzo Fernandez. That Enzo Fernandez midfield, every time they've gone ahead to play against big teams, I've gone ahead to see to it that they've come out and really raised up to the occasion. So all you want to see is simple. Can they really keep this going and really show up they can raise up to the occasion even when playing big teams? Because Man City have gone ahead to really play big teams, but Man City has found themselves drawing both ties with Chelsea in the Premier League. Chelsea has beaten Man United for 3. Chelsea drew with Liverpool, I think, 1-1 at the beginning of the season, I think. Then they lost away at Anfield. Arsenal 2-2. So Chelsea beat Spurs. All the teams in the top 4 have gone ahead to test on the wrath of Chelsea. So we just can't wait to see how that is really going to pan out. And on who is going to really win this midfield battle. And for Thomas Partey, he has a lot of questions to answer, because Moise Caicedo was one of the players that Arsenal were looking at to sign as a replacement for Thomas Partey when he was still at Brighton. Now, it's high time Thomas Partey showed him that, please, I'm here to prove to the world that I'm better than you. But Declan Rice, Thomas Partey versus Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo, who is really going to come out and really win this game of football? It's all to the Lord that knows. Conor Gallagher playing ahead of this double pivot. That means Odegaard will be having a very huge role to obviously sit in the block C. Madueke, right attacking midfielder, is going to be taking on Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu is really a hard nut to crack, and I think that's why Mikel Arteta has not going to hate to risk Zinchenko into this game of football, because he knows exactly what happens when you're having a Zinchenko into the mix. And Mikhail, the last time he played against Arsenal, he scored a wonder goal, that made it 2-0 at Stamford Bridge before Arsenal pulled 2 back to make it level through Declan Rice and Leandro Trossard. And this time around, he comes in through to face Benjamin White. And Benjamin White will have to be on high alert, as this Gabo boy is really fast and his skill set is really great. He might be one of those that might say, I should stop Arsenal from winning the trophy, and my name should be written there as a player who went ahead obviously shock Arsenal at the Emirates into the mix. So Nicholas Jackson leading the line. He's leading the line. He is leading the line, because I thought that he's really one of those wasteful players. So when you look at that lineup of Chelsea and the lineup of Arsenal, which battles do you think you're hugely waiting for? For my case, I believe the battle of Trossard and Gilhurst, the right back, is really going to be interesting. Cucurella and Bukayo Saka is another battle that you are really going to see interesting. Enzo Fernandez and Moise Caicedo versus Declan Rice and Thomas Partey, another battle to look at. Then Madueke comes in through to obviously face Tomiyasu. That's not going to be interesting. If Carl Palmer was here, would have gone ahead to be interesting, but Carl Palmer is really out and he's injured. Then Mikhail facing Benjamin White. Another huge battle to watch out into this beautiful game of football, because it's really huge. And Nicholas Jackson taking on Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes. We might all say that he's really one of the most wasteful center forwards in the league ever since this season started, because when you look at the big chances missed in the Premier League, let me see what the table looks like. So the table has Erling Haaland. He has going to hit to miss out 30 big chances. Darwin Núñez has going to hit to miss out 25. Oli Watkins has going to hit to miss out on 20. Nicholas Jackson has going to hit to miss out on to 18. You get Alexandra Isak has going to hit to miss out on 15. Rasmus Højlund has going to miss out on 13. So even Gabriel Jesus is out. So for everyone who has always going to hit to question Gabriel Jesus, that why isn't Jesus? Jesus is not a striker. Now, what shows you that Arsenal is not getting enough for their number 9s is that neither Jesus or Kai Havertz appears onto this list. Do you know what that means? the people around them don't create a lot. So, so for all these strikers, Wissa has going to hit to miss 12 big chances. Dominic Solanka is going to hit to miss out 12. Mohamed Salah is going to hit to miss out 13. Rasmus Højlund is going to miss out on 13. Dominic Calvert-Lewin is going to miss out on 14. Alexandra Isak is going to miss out on 15. Nicholas Jackson is going to miss out on 18. Now, in that list, there is no Gabriel Jesus. So, you now have to start talking with facts, because I'm going to hit to throw facts at you, showing that Arsenal is not that side that creates a lot for their number 9. That is it. They don't create a lot for their number 9. And for everyone who thinks that I'm really lying, go check the stats, because if Jesus has going to hit to miss out on very many chances, why isn't he among the list? Why isn't he among the list of the top 10 players that have going to hit to miss out on very many chances into the league? So I go to Kahendo Oliver. Yeah, it is good to start with double pivot of Rice and Partey, meaning that Partey will sit on and Rice will be also doing another duty. Yeah, Rice is going to be playing as a number 8, and is going to be really pushing up the pitch. That is it. Then Joseph Paul, watching live from Matuga. Thank you for watching in from Matuga. 2-1 win, Arsenal, Saka and Trossard to score. All right, thank you for your predictions. Christine Ongino, Arsenal 3, Chelsea 1. I'm having Oluyemi Danboy 3-0 for Arsenal. Protegain, I'm happy Partey is back to start here. Partey is a very good player. Cassidy Adam card, Chelsea will win by far. All right. Looks like I never knew that Cassidy Adam card supports Chelsea. Supports Chelsea. I'm really shocked that he's really here to talk about football. You can as well go ahead and really, if you really want to get what we call good entertainment guest, you go to Cassidy Adam card. Follow that channel. Let me pin this up. Follow this guy. Follow. But he speaks in our native language, that is Luganda, right? So go ahead and really find yourself in a position of subscribing to his channel. He really has some guests that you'll enjoy. His analyses are really top notch. So you have every reason to obviously go there and really have a look at his content. But he predicts that Chelsea will win by far, Something I don't agree with also here. But thank you for being in and watching in through, my brother Cassidy Adam Card. Then Namatovu Alaisha, good evening already. Thanks for the updates. Thank you for watching through. Then we are having Namatovu Alaisha, good evening already. Thanks for the updates. Arsenal 2, Chelsea 1. That's what Namatovu is telling us. Christine Ongino, thank you so much for bringing us the lineup. Watching you from Saudi Arabia. How is Saudi Arabia doing? Then Ali Juma White, I'm really pleased with this lineup. I would instead start Tomiyasu ahead of others. Ahead of others. Ahead of others, and all the rest are just as good. Yeah, I think. But I think when Timber comes back, no one will come close to obviously dislodging him from being played as the left back. However much he doesn't really play with that right foot, he's that kind of person who really believes in better things. Then in Konge Joffrey says Arsenal gonna win 3-1. All right, thank you very much. Then Cassidy Adam card, yo my brother, how are you? You can subscribe to his channel if at all you're Ugandan and you want to be knowing exactly what the entertainment guest is all about. Cassidy Adam card is the answer for all the questions you really have. He sometimes carries out what we call Q&As there, so you can as well be there and ask him any question that is really entertainment oriented. All right, then we go to Kahendo Oliver already. This is what have been waiting for all along, to see Partey and Rice playing in the same team. We can even see a goal or an assist for Rice. All right, Rice is really good in all those positions. Now having Jay Kisley, Arsenal 2, Chelsea 1. Then Au Maker, it's Arsenal 1, Chelsea 2. All right. Jay Kisley, Arsenal FC Super with full time. Ndayambaje Rambo, Arsenal 3, Chelsea 1. Then Prince Dennis 4-0. I don't know in favor of who. Saizi Sulaiman, Arsenal 2, Chelsea 0. Then Tata Arsenal says, I think 3-1 win for Arsenal. Thomas Fury, Arsenal 2, Chelsea 0. And Samal Jamal, watching from South Africa. I'm enjoying your shows. Thank you for obviously watching my shows. And the players have gonna hit obviously step on the field of play, and that calls us to end what we call this poll. You get? And we've gonna hit to get in 58 votes. Arsenal has 89% to win, 5% draw, and then Chelsea win is just 5%. I'm having Nathani Munyamela BTS 2. All right. Thank you for obviously being part of this channel, but we have some quotations coming in through from the people responsible, and the captain of Arsenal is going to hit to speak out onto this beautiful game of football. And this is what he has going to hit to say a little bit in here in the mix. All right. The captain, Martin Odegaard, has come here, and this is what he has to say about this encounter between Arsenal and Chelsea. So the captain says, Chelsea will provide a huge test for us. They are on a long unbeaten run in the league, and to be honest, I don't think their league position tells you much when you see how much quality they have in their squad. We saw again at the weekend against Man City in the FA Cup that they can create chances in any game. They gave them a proper fight because they have individual quality all over the pitch. They have a lot of players who are good on transitions and players in good scoring form. So we have to be aware of that. Now, I think it's really spot on that they shouldn't come out and find themselves in a position of really giving them a doubt that they cannot really come in through and obviously win. I think they can come in through, they can win, and we should obviously be doing the needful to obviously take it to the next level, and that's what Arteta is all about. Odegaard. He has gone ahead to hint about their squad and not being able to replicate exactly what their league position is, and is 100% right, because that is £1 billion plus squad. You get? So if they're really having £1 billion plus squad, they need to be performing better. They need to be putting in better and better performances as a child of Chelsea. Then there comes in the manager of Arsenal, known as Mikel Arteta. He has come out and really said that no room for complacency today. He has said it, and the players need to obviously act onto what the manager's orders are. And in his own words, this is what the manager of Arsenal is going to hit to say. He has said the following, that there is no time, no room for complacency. We know we will have to be really good to earn the right to beat this team and keep fighting. After the defeat we had here against Villa and the run we had, winning 10 out of 11, we are still not top. We have to keep fighting. The last time Arsenal came in through to play a game of football here, they found themselves really losing out to Aston Villa 2-0. Now they are playing against Chelsea in a huge London derby. Chelsea has all what it takes by the to stop the side of Arsenal, because the quality of that team of Chelsea is really great, though they are really not having some of the best players they need to obviously be having into that side. But the game of football is on. Just seconds on, the referee is going to hit obviously blow the commencing whistle, and the players are really running to City, obviously putting through a pass through to find Kai Havertz, and Kai Havertz goes into the mix, is going to have to be brought down. The referee says it's not a penalty, it's an offside. But what a pass from Benjamin White. Benjamin White had gone ahead obviously play in a very beautiful pass, but Kai Havertz was really down, brought down by Badiashile. And I tell you what, if it's not Kai Havertz being offside, would have gone ahead to be a penalty. What a line-breaking pass from Benjamin White. And if he continues to do that, he'll be improving the game. Martin Odegaard orchestrating the game, and Kikirela stands through his way. He couldn't obviously go any further. Now I'm having the remaining two. Wilson Mwanza Arsenal win. Francis Kagwa Bunahwaya, Kampala, Uganda, enjoying your show. Thank you for enjoying my show. But the game of football is on, and Chelsea are really trying to obviously break through for the very first time. And it's Kikirela. Very nice block by Thomas Partey in the middle of the park. And I think that's the reason as to why the managers were going to bring him on to do that job. So I'm going to be signing out for now. I'll see you later when the game of football is done and dusted. And when that is done, obviously we're going to come in through what we call the match reaction and very many others. Rokan David is my name. This is the Rokani Media Football. Hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. Let's sign out for now and let's have a chat after this game of football is done and dusted. Bye.